Welcome to Deep Thought. Thought is engineered for economic purposes. Now understand something. Doing this channel, doing the videos I'm doing, has an economic effect. Now, it's not like I'm trying to engineer your thoughts. I'm just trying to get you to think, to really think about stuff. But when you think about thought, and you think about the institutions in society that shape your thought, religion, religious institutions, the media. The media is one big propaganda machine. The education system. It's not as well. Part of it is to orderly manage society, which is understandable. I mean, that's what the purpose of culture is. But, in fact, I'm going to talk about culture in an upcoming video. But the society we live in now, the primary purpose of engineering your thought is not so much as controlling you, but steering you. A wise man once said to me, he said, the people that control this planet, they don't outright control you, but they set up fences to move you along in certain directions. So thought and economics, what does that have to do with anything? How you spend money. Everyone has a philosophy or had a philosophy implanted into them on how they should spend money. A great example is Christmas. During Christmas, we have the thought that we have to get gifts for people that we probably don't talk to the rest of the year. And we have to get them these gifts to show our love for them. Now, as someone who has worked retail, I could tell you a lot of gifts they have. The only time you might see some things is during Christmas. And if they don't sell enough during, January and February. But as someone who's worked retail, trust me, I've sent a lot of stuff back. We would call them tchotchke gifts. And it's just totally useless. It's like cute little things. Cute little things, maybe some gadgets or something. But all of that stems from a certain thought, a combination of the media and really the media using religious purposes, because regardless of, even though the trend now is to say happy holidays, if you're looking at history, the origin of the festivals and stuff are pagan. The whole money and everything being spent, gifts and stuff, is still based on the purported birth of Jesus. He was probably born in the spring, though, or a time when there would be shepherds out. But that's another video. And I know somebody's gonna question that. Let's just say the festivals, many groups are centered around the solstice, the winter solstice. And that's a strongly pagan concept. Nothing, I'm not speaking against it, but just spreading the truth. But if we look at the commercial aspect of it, it's that thought that led to the thought of giving. And in order to give, you have to buy gifts. It's not encouraged that people actually make stuff. I'm sure they do. And that was actually a original tenet of Kwanzaa. For people to make gifts for people. But now that's evolved into something more like a get-together. Gifts really aren't exchanged. But anyway, you had to put the thought in them to buy stuff. It's a certain thought that's put into people to celebrate each of the holidays. Valentine's Day, that's a good one. That thought was actually created by the chocolate companies. The chocolate companies and card companies in conjunction with the media. It was a big propaganda campaign, So people will think, okay, we need to get these people thinking about buying this product. Buying it. That because honestly, if you look at how who we call the elite, the Illuminati or whoever, how they really empowered is through money. People consume. People consume, but you need to have them not only consume, but to think about consuming. They need to have that on their mind. And so your thoughts are engineered. So, you get the religious piece, then you get the media piece. What kind of propaganda we get? Or even the retail stores in on there. Remember the retail store I worked at? There was one year we were setting up Christmas trees in July. And they stopped the practice because too many people were complaining. They were like, really? I was looking at the customer. Yeah, really. But if you really look at it, everything has to do with money. The thoughts, everything is not, even religion, especially in this country, the Christian religion, like, church is a big business. Church is a big business. So that's an economic thing. Now the beneficiary of it is the church minister and officers, but maybe security, however they work that, I'm not as sure. But just that thought, that religious thought, or the media thought, one of the ways media influences thought is the use of sexuality. They'll like associate like a toothpaste commercial. Now, they don't use average people in them. They use very beautiful people. And what's the thought? Oh, the thought is, if I use this particular toothpaste, I can get that beautiful woman or that handsome man if I use this toothpaste. So, your thoughts are engineered for that. I mean, that's what advertisers do. If anybody or a marketer, like in business, people don't realize when you in business, you ain't in the business of publishing. Like, okay, I have a publishing company, but I'm not in the business of publishing. Books are just what I write and get them ready for sale. I'm in the business of marketing those books. Whenever I do these videos and people get curious about what I do, they buy it. The time I was on vacation last week, last week, my book sales went down. Because I wasn't out marketing, and they went down not totally because I was still doing stuff on other platforms, but on my main platform for marketing, I wasn't doing anything. Because when I talk, and this is just a real thing, I'm not being nefarious, but you see it, say, oh, he's interesting. I wonder if he got any books out. Boom, it's that thought. But people with far greater resources, they take it to another level. They'll have it so you get addicted to it. And see, that's a higher level. But regardless of how they do it, you're engineered. There's a lot of social engineering, social programming. People use different terms. And they'll get you to the point where as soon as you start doing something, and you sitting with it. In fact, I'll tell you another engineered thought. Definitely for economic purposes. Movie theaters. I mean, think about how much they charge for that damn food. Think about it. You paying about, always make jokes about taking out loans and stuff to go to the movies. And that's just by yourself. Family of four, they might spend easily over $100 at a movie theater. For some popcorn, any place else, you can get that same popcorn at a dollar store. You can get that same popcorn. It tastes just as good at a dollar store. But you paying $10 for it, a big box of it. You can get the same size too. Or some soda that you can get at like on sale at a grocery store or something. But you're paying a lot of money for it. But what's the thought? The thought is the programming is in a movie theater, you eat popcorn. You do all that stuff. And for the slick people, they bring in some stuff. But if you think about it, how much do you eat while you're watching TV? Think about that. Boom. So, it's something to think about. Remember, it's all connected. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll talk to you later. Peace and blessings.